Today I was thinking of talking or telling you about the Sahaja culture. Now we have formed the Dharma, Vishwadharma. But it must have a culture. So far in all the religions, there is no combination of religion and culture. No religion has. That's why everywhere you find different cultures. Say in India, people who follow Hindu religion have different cultures in different places. They are living in Lucknow or say in UP, they have a Muslim culture, more Islamic style. They'll eat in one plate, do all kinds of things which normally a South Indian won't do. And the South Indians have a different culture from Maharashtrians. So even in a religion like Hindu religion, where culture is important, very important, we find varieties. So the cultures get influenced by the neighboring cultures or surrounding cultures, and that's how people get lost. When you establish a religion like this, Vishwadharma, it's not like any other religion. It's the real religion within us. And this reality comes to us because now we are one with the Spirit. So when we talk of Sahaj culture, it is the culture of the Spirit. Now what is a culture? First of all, let us see what is a culture. So the culture is the pattern of behavior we have with others. It's a common pattern of behavior we are supposed to have with others. Like in English language, for example, we'll say thank you. Even if somebody murders you, may say thank you. Or the person who murders you can say sorry. On the phone, one may say, just if they say something you can't hear, sorry. Every time sorry. As if sorry is a word so easily to be used. I mean, if you are sorry, why are you sorry for that? Sorry? On the phone, they used to first say, I beg your pardon, it was sensible. But now I find everybody, A to Z, says sorry. I mean, it has no meaning because what are you sorry about? Say, sorry. For everything they are sorry. Or we can say in English language, when we speak, I'm afraid. See, it's very common. I'm afraid. What are you afraid of? The whole world is afraid of you. So this is the culture. What we talk of, any culture such becomes artificial. Is not spontaneous. Doesn't come from reality. It has no meaning. Sometimes it is pointless. Absolutely pointless to stick to certain cultures. So the culture of the Spirit doesn't change. It's universal and is higher than any other culture. Apart from that, it integrates all the essences of all the cultures. So it emanates from the Spirit. Now Spirit has two sides. One side which you see, the another you don't see, like the moon. The side you see is outside with other people. Other Sahajogis, other people, other societies, which are not yourself. Absolutely. The other side you don't see is the relationship with God Almighty. Relationship with your mother. If the other side is not all right, the behavioral side outside could become artificial, could become crooked and not such. So it's the other way around than any other culture. To know any other culture, what do we go? We see how they talk, what is the language, how they speak, how they behave, all the outside things we get. We must know thank you if we want to know English language. We must know thank you, please, all that. But if you want to know the Sahaja culture, you have to know your mother and you have to know God Almighty. The relationship between your mother and the God Almighty has to be absolutely perfect. Then there's no problem. But that the relationship, if it is not all right, you cannot have artificial Sahaj culture. That is one thing for sure. Artificial Sahaj culture is not all right. I would say that India has, in its basics, the culture of the spirit. India has. Because for traditions and traditions in India, and for ages, people have been seeking the truth. Spiritually, they are endowed because of the saints. They are blessed specially because they have been seekers not of material things but of the spirit. Especially in Maharashtra, we should say, because the Kundalini is there, always like a magnet. People are attracted because Sri Ganesha, being the magnet, attracted towards God and spirit. So they form a pattern, but there is lot of artificiality in that also has grown. We must admit that there is lot of artificiality, falsehood, nonsense that has grown into it because the religion fell into the hands of spiritual religion fell into the hands of gross, horrible so-called Brahmins who were not realized souls. So the whole culture has become so nonsensical sometimes that you don't know where to look. But to have the culture, first of all, culture is developed through meditation, by facing yourself. First of all, you should face yourself, how you feel about your mother and about God Almighty. First of all, how much liberty you take of your mother. How much take for granted your mother. She's a Mahamaya. Even the first ma is difficult to understand. So when you start taking liberties all the time, putting your pressure on her all the time, trying to attract her attention, her time, or writing letters, 11 pages, all that is one side. Another side is complete indifference to your mother. So it is to be known through your heart. You don't have to talk to me, I know whose heart is pulsating. We are universal beings and our culture is Sahaja culture. We have given up all our nonsensical cultures. In every religion, in every country, we have seen the nonsense of our culture. So we believe in the spontaneous culture of Sahaja Yoga. So we are universal beings. And in this state of being universal being, you have to develop your collective consciousness. As first one is for individual, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I surrender myself to Buddha. The second one is the one I surrender myself to the collective, in the sense into the Dharma, the essence of the collective. Now what is the essence of our collective? What binds us together is Vishwa Nirmal Dharma, the pure religion of the universe. So once you understand that this is the thing that binds you to each other, you must understand how important it is to keep to Vishwa Nirmal Dharma. In so many ways, I have been able to tell you what is Vishwa Nirmal Dharma. So, we have to understand the full content of the Dharma that we are following, and also to reflect it back to see, are we really following this religion? As long as he is a Sahaja he must be respected and understood. It's very important. This is the culture of the spirit. In that, we respect all those who are spiritually higher. Like talking about God, we cannot say things which are not proper. Like we cannot say that God is mischievous. We cannot say. We are saints. We have to be very respectful to God. Any place which is sort of representing God also must be respected. Everything that is godly must be respected. Because that is the culture of the spirit. It respects all that is godly, all that is auspicious, all that is beautiful. In the culture, we do not see superficial things. In this culture, we do not yield to anything because it is expensive or it is with such pomp and show or publicity. What we see in this culture is how far it is joy giving. Even a small betel nut, if somebody gives me with love, I'll keep it with me. And even if you give me diamonds without love, I have no value for them. They will be lost or they'll be finished, good for nothing. So the love that you put into everything makes you a Sahaja Yogi.